baby. Y'all know who it is and what it is. It's invigorating Duchess. And today I'm laughing because I got my family here, right? And y'all already know, of course, all of my family has been here. But you know how sometimes you got that cousin. So you got some cousins that you can like buy food stamps from, and you know it'll never get anywhere. You know that's like your special cousin. So my special cousin is here today. No, we're not doing no food stamps transactions. But if you know somebody that's selling some food stamps, he ain't gonna buy it. Y'all got my inbox. But anyway, it's invigorating Duchess. We here with the Afro Transparency Podcast. We are gonna try to be as professional. I know he's already laughing, right? Okay, let me tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the setup before I even introduce this man because we don't know which way we're gonna go. Okay, he's very professional, educated, and stuff like that. But like I said, when you got that cousin, y'all could do little food stamps on the side. You never know what'll happen. So he's very professional. Owns a staffing agency. He's here to kind of tell us more about getting a job and getting your life together, so you don't have to sell food stamps. But however, you never know which way this is gonna go. So I'm going to introduce. We have my cousin, my Nigerian family. This is my Nigerian cousin, Adam, right here. But can you introduce yourself? Because see, I'm gonna tell y'all if I say his name and I'm gonna say Econarco, something like that, he's gonna get mad. So please introduce yourself because I'm not well with introductions like this.
Wow. Well, thank you for that introduction. Just to disclose, I have nothing to do with food stamps or selling food stamps. I'm pretty sure it's illegal, so I have nothing to do with that. But no, in all seriousness, no, thank you. Hello, my name is Reverend Adam McKenna. Janetta, thank you for that introduction. All jokes aside, I'm very happy for you, very proud of you. I was so excited when you asked for me to be a part of this. Yeah. I told you, by all means, I'll show up. I love to support people doing things. I love to support entrepreneurial mindsets. So keep doing your thing. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Yes. I appreciate it. So, so guys, let's talk about, so we're going to find out, what do you think? So, of course, you help people get gainful employment.
Yes.
And find jobs so they don't have to do the things I do. What do you think? So let me give you a scenario, right? Mm-hmm. Young girl, been on the block, nicknamed Delicious, work at the club, making a little change, doing that thing in a circle, very good at it, right? But then she gets saved. So she's like, she meets you at church. She meets you at church because you are also a reverend, right? She meets you at church. She's like, Rev, that thing I've been throwing it back. You know how they kind of move when they talking, like, yeah. So she's telling you she been throwing it back, right? So she's like, but I need a job. Can you help me? What's your first direction with that young lady? After you prayed for her, because he is a reverend, so okay, you're going to pray for her. We get it.
You said she is saved, right?
I mean, she at the church.
No, well, in all honesty, I think there are certain things that you can leave off your resume when you're pursuing a certain job. But all jokes aside, I mean, everybody has a certain skill set that I would consider to be a transferable skill set, right?
Okay.
There are a lot of times when people are looking for a certain type of job and they second guess themselves to say, well, I don't know if I have those qualifications, but you may have those skills that are transferable from one venue to another. I don't know about throwing it back, things like that, but there is a certain level of independent worker, right? The ability to work with others. I don't really want to say too many things to relate to that, but there are certain skill sets that can be highlighted going from one career to another. That person just has to be able to talk to that and put on a resume. There are a lot of things there are a lot of skills that people have that they don't realize they have until they think about what they've done and say, well, these are actually skills that can translate to the next venue. So.
And then they meet someone like you who can now educate this girl, because I would say she has sales skills. Because she's approached you now. She's not shamed. She's not full of pride.
Right.
So she's aware. She's chewing her gum, still shaking her thing, and still like letting you know, hey, pretty much I would interpret it that if it was me, she needs help. Right. So if you have somebody like that who, because some people don't even know believe it or not, what a resume is, how to write one, how to start one.
Absolutely. No, that's a good point.
In that situation, where would you tell mama now? Mama still get your coins. by all means necessary. Okay, let's be clear on that. But that's not him saying, "Mama, throw in the circle, throw it all the way back." You understand? But okay, so now, but besides that, now Mama's ready to get her resume together or whatever. Where do you tell her is step one for her? Because she don't know nothing about that. She know about you
Right.
know,
This is a hypothetical person.
hypothetical.
This not a personal testimony,
You
right?
are a reverend.
Okay,
This
just
is not.
make sure.
It's not a
I'm just,
personal
I just want to make sure.
testimony.
No, no. So great question, right? The question is, where do I start,
Yes.
right? And sometimes the hardest part of starting is just starting. So number
That's
one,
true.
you have to be confident enough in yourself to say, hey, I have a skill that if I can get the right opportunity, I can showcase it.
Yes.
So not every job calls for a resume, right? There's many times, and especially in my field, I specialize within the light industrial manufacturing logistics sector,
Okay.
right? So when I started in staffing, and we'll go into that, but when I started in staffing, that's the industry that I was in. I've been doing this now for almost a decade.
Okay,
And there's
okay.
sometimes the best workers, they come in with no resume whatsoever. They're just like, hey, I'm here to find a job. I'm just like, well, you have a resume? And then they're like, well, no.
Do you help them? Like,
I sit them down and say, well, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your skills. What was your last job? What did you do?
Yeah,
And you
resume
find out some people
building.
have some great skills or they were doing some great things, but sometimes they're not able to put it from here to
be
here.
able- exactly.
Now, there are places like there's the Texas Workforce Commission, right? It's the TWC.
Yes.
There are venues and
That is
there's
true.
I mean, there's what's it called? I'm blanking. But there are different organizations that you can go to. They can help you with resume preparedness.
Mhm.
They can help you with putting together a cover letter. They can coach you on how to prepare for an interview, how to dress for an interview. Now, that is not what our company does. It's not so much the preparedness behind it, but we network with other companies that help in that department.
Get you to that place.
Right.
What about ONET? Is ONET still one of the things that people use these days?
I'm not familiar with that.
You go to ONET and like, okay, you type in, I'm a dancer, I shake it, but then they give you a proper way to put it on your resume.
I think is that before my time? I don't know. I'm not sure. No, I'm joking. No, but to your point, and I'll talk about it now. Today, with AI, it is almost impossible to not be able to you can prompt AI and say, hey, I need you to prepare me a resume because I have these skills and this is the job I'm looking for. It will literally, in a PDF form, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and these are free services, right?
Where someone can
So,
go, okay, y'all peeping game.
These are free services. ChatGPT, Google Gemini, there's Perplexity that does certain things. There's Microsoft Copilot, which is another, like you can literally just, even if you don't know computers that well, the whole point of AI is to say, hey, I need help putting together a resume. This is my experiences. You can just type stuff in.
So they can help you.
And it'll literally put it there for them. So if you're not the best writer or whatever, you can use these tools to help you do the job.
To AI to help you. Now, this is where this hypothetical gets very interesting. And this is where he's showing you that he is not from the hood. Do you know that there's people that has no idea that what is it? Chat TGP or whatever.
No, you heard me. Chat GPT.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Goodness.
So because I'm from the hood. So here we are. But it's some people that, like hypothetical girl, she know about shaking that thing.
Mhm.
Ain't no reason for no chat or AI or none of that in the industry she's in. So how would she even know about that? And if you're talking to a real, because keep in mind, like you're a reverend, right? In this hypothetical situation, she's at your church. She ain't trying to get saved, but she heard that, Pastor Charles in there, your assistant pastor, he be down there and he be throwing them that money. So she only came there to try to get personal with him. Then heard you speak with all your dictation and all your education and all this sounds of blackness that you come with. So she come up to you, talking, I am, because she want a little, help, but she don't know all that you're talking about because how would she know that? Then, so what do you do? Do you put her in a car, take her home to help her? Because you're married, but to take her, start figuring out her life.
So no, don't do that. So no, but we have computers in the office, right? So I say, hey, go to my office. You come in, schedule an appointment. We can help them. Like we can use the tool. We can show them how to use the tools.
How to use it.
We'll show them how to use the tools all day. If not, we would send them to like the Texas Workforce Commission, or I now remember there's Workforce Solutions. There are these places in just about every little district, every little area that they'll take the time and literally just groom the person from stage one. And help them. Yeah.
All right, sister girls, y'all know I got y'all, baby. So now let me find out for you fellas. You know you fellas, the ones that got a little stuff in your pocket, get slinging it on it. You know, baby, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You got the fiends, they cash after you. You know what I'm saying? But you're tired of that. The feds been after you. Baby, I've been there. Okay. So now you got hypothetical situation number 2.
Hypothetical.
Right?
Okay.
All right. You got Jody. He's at your church because he been serving some of your congregation people, been on the block. And he done came there to get his money. And so he got them things on him, so-and-so on him. They done got their social security check. He's in your church as the third and fell on a Sunday. He's in your church on the 3rd of the month just to collect his money. But you get up there with your sounds of blackness and you're educated, talking, all of that. And he like, you know what, man? Yeah, that brother there could show me how to live a different life. So now he walks up to you and he say, hey, man, look, you can help me get a job. And you're like, well, yeah, you have to do that. I ain't got time for no resume. I ain't none of that, man, none of that. You black just like me. Why you just can't hand me a job, bro? Don't you own a little company and stuff, man? Give me a job. Because he ain't got time for all that resume. And he ain't got time for that. So now, where do we lead this brother?
Now, am I speaking as the pastor or as the businessman?
Both of y'all gonna be in the church.
So I'm gonna join together. All right, so first of all, especially when it comes to job seeking, you have to put in the work to get the work. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Not that kind of work, but just to say. But to get the job, you have to be willing to put in the work to get the job. And that's where a lot of people that I've seen, right? I've seen all walks of life. And the people that attract me the most are the ones who put forth the effort.
Yes.
Right? Because they may not have it, I don't know what resume is, but you tell them what to do, they go and do it.
They do it.
There's been so many times when somebody says, hey, I don't really know what to do. It's like, oh, I'm going to show you what to do. If you can do X, Y, Z, I'll show you A, B, C.
Right.
They'll do it and they'll come back to me. I was like, okay, great. Now I start seeing some things about the person's character, right?
Yes.
Can they follow instructions? Are they communicative? Do they follow up? Like, show me that you actually want the job. Because we are a staffing firm, right? There are other places like employment services, but we're not the kind of place to say, hey, y'all got jobs? And then we say, yeah, here.
Right.
We don't do that, right?
Right.
But from a staffing standpoint, okay, if you want a job, let me show you what to do.
To get one.
Let me show you the things that we require in order for you to get one. Not necessarily a resume, but we do have a process, right? So if it's okay, hey, let's schedule a pre-screening phone call, right? Give me your phone number, give me some time to ask you a few questions so I can feel the person out to see what they're wanting to do. Right. So for Jody, right, he's somewhat entrepreneurial. Right. There's that about him.
Yeah, that is true.
Obviously, he's working for the money. Right. So we can now steer that in a different direction.
Right.
That's not legal. Those things can transfer really well. Right. That person now can transfer to say, okay, I can go about the way I want to do business, the way I want to learn about business, but then I can show you how to get there. Right. So it's just about having a conversation, but you have to be willing to have the conversation and ask the questions. But then when those questions are answered, what do you
accept the answer?
That, and what do you now do with the information?
That is true. Yeah. So kind of like teaching Jody to fish, because a lot of times, and the reason why I asked that, because a lot of times in being a Black man and being a business owner in the African American community, and that you're in the type of business that actually helps people to get a job. Sometimes people don't want the help to get a job. They want you to give them a job.
100%. Yeah.
And the anger and the frustration come in at, well, brother, you Black just like me. Why can't you help me out? Because in their mind, give me that is helping me. But teaching me how to get it on my own, I don't want no parts of that, partner. I'm about to pull a pistol on you. No offense. So I know my question is, I know that you deal with that and you have done great by saying how you would get that person, especially here in Texas. Now, Texas, no shade to no other state, but Texas has so, if you want to make it in Texas, if you want to be somebody in Texas, anything you want to be here in Texas, you could be. If you want to be a shake it, it's here. If you want to be, I got them things, it's here. If you want to be, I want to be doctor, whoever, it's here. And I say that because the state of Texas has so much funding and employment and school and so much opportunity. I mean, seriously, if you've been in jail for 20 years because you start off 80 people, but you still need help going to school, I promise you the state of Texas got a grant somewhere. I promise you. And they willing to give it to you. Oh, third chance. They don't even do second chance no more. They're doing 58 chance. I promise you. So, like, for real. And I say that kind of out of somewhat truth because of a guy that I actually know was in a situation. And he's like, the world is against me. Everybody hates me. Nobody. But he got out of jail in Texas. Little known fact, if y'all don't know that. When you get out of jail in Texas and say you've done like 4 or 5 years, when they let you out, you get a counselor, a support officer. They give you a housing voucher. You get somebody to like kind of follow you to help you get onto life on the right track. So it's just kind of like you just don't want nothing at a certain point. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. At a certain point, you just don't want nothing because even if a man like this just come and say, "Here you go, the job," you ain't gonna show up to work. Stop playing. And then you're gonna get mad at him because you only want to wait till Friday to get your check. You want to quit on Tuesday, want the check on Wednesday, and not he the bad person because you want the check that you ain't worth. Anyway, but that's not beside my.
No, I mean you went off. I mean, I know you went on the soapbox, but I tell employees, I'll tell them in an interview. By the time they talk with me, I say, hey, I will work hard for those who want to work hard.
Right.
If you're willing to work hard, I'll work hard for you.
That's
right?
how you get there.
But you have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort, right?
Exactly.
Because you made a really good point about the whole give versus earn. Right?
Exactly.
And
exactly.
There's been so many times that, if we just give somebody the opportunity, it may not be as appreciative, right? As opposed to when somebody earns, then they know the work that went into that, so they appreciate it that much more.
And
right?
and then it works on your self-esteem because I did that. I earned that. This person told me how to get there, but I got there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So all right, look, y'all, we had a nice little part of our interview, but I got my last scenario for him. You ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So here we come up here. We got Mama Bertha. Mama Bertha has been in the church 30 years. Ain't never worked on nobody's job, never wanted a job. Mother Bertha came into hard times. So, grandson moved in with her and he eating up everything, selling up everything, whatever. So Mama Bertha need a part-time job. So Mama Bertha come to you. She been in the congregation 30 years. She's there every Sunday. She feel like pretty much her tithes pays your bills. So now she needs a job. So she walk up to you and I ain't never had no job, I ain't never want no job, and you're telling her about all the training and, places that can help her out. But she's computer illiterate and has a second grade education. So now how do we help
Mama Bertha, right?
Yes.
So there are certain types of jobs, because one of the things that, we do, with Inspiring on staffing, right, as a company, is if we can't help you, we would love to say we would be able to help everybody. We can't help everybody.
That is true.
But if I'm not able to help you, I'm going to try to leave you better than what you came.
Of course.
Right? So even if it's that's not quite what we do, but there is a staffing firm that they specialize in those types of jobs, I would say, hey, check them out and see if they have anything for you. Because there are jobs that require no experience, just literally show up, there's a duty or a function, usually like a general labor
what to do.
type job. So if you can just go show up to work and follow instructions, there's a job for you. So to answer your question, I don't fulfill a lot of part-time positions, but I know staffing firms that do. that also entertain those types of clients that have those needs, and I'll point them in that direction. I say, you know what, that's not what we have, but hey, call this company, and ask them if they have something available, and try your options there.
Okay, I like that. Y'all see, my good brother done gave us a lot. So now, look, let me tell you how much I love y'all. My dancer, I just got this man to tell you how to get a job. My D-boy, I just got this man to tell you how to get a job. Granny, you know, if she bring one more baby over there, you gonna throw the baby in the bayou yourself. And Granny, I don't, no judgment here, because you got 20 mouths to feed. But I just taught you how to get a job. This man just taught you how to get a job too. So I just found that out for you, Granny. So I got y'all covered. Now we're gonna ask him the big question and we're gonna let him go. Right? All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. We having a picnic. He already know we having a picnic. And we want you to bring a unique dish to the picnic that's going to be on a level of something like an edible to make us happy. What you bringing? What are you bringing?
Edible? Okay, so, hold on. So, first of all, I'm going to go off, I'm on the record and say that.
I don't know what edible is, never had one.
I'd say, I'm going to say Nigerian food is the best food in the world. So, if I'm bringing a dish.
Okay, jollof rice.
Aren't you half Nigerian now?
I am definitely.
You're married into it, so.
Okay,
no problem. Jollof rice. Jollof rice is a universal winner.
Can my cousin put some edible stuff in the jollof rice?
Like meat? Like edible, like food you can eat?
Never mind. Thank you, sir. People, do y'all know if you could, because I'm trying to educate myself on edibles because somebody was telling me, because I be having chronic back pain. And somebody told me I need to find out about edibles that has, what is it, TDH, HDC? I'm going to find out and I'm going to get me one, okay? But that type of stuff. Can you put it in jollof rice? Y'all comment because he's not going to tell me nothing like that.
No, I'm not going to tell you either.
And I cook. I need to, what if, D-boy, what if you want some jollof rice, my man? Comment, let me know. But all right. Hey, we had a good run, baby. We had Mr. Adam here with us telling us about there's all kinds of, on a serious note, if you need a job, you can get one from Sister Girl to Mama George to Papa George. We ain't forgot about you. He gonna come back. We gonna tell Grandpa how to get a job because you need to stop spending your money on them young girls. I am them young girls. But Papa George, you my peoples. But he be back. You be back to tell. Are you laughing at me?
I'm listening. I'm learning too.
You can tell Papa George because all his money go to them young girls. Papa George. Wait, before we go, how many jobs could Papa George have legally and still get his Social Security? So he could, because baby, Mama likes some shoes, baby.
I decline to answer. That can get me in trouble.
All right, y'all. Thanks, y'all. It's been a good episode of Afro Transparency. Hey, what my boy Q said, you can't be number 2. You can't be number, okay, something. I'm gonna figure that out too. I'll be back. Bye, y'all.
0, 1. Let's get started. Stop to me.